let go of the present of who you are now for who you will become in the future. This is something that I struggled with for years, suffering with chronic fatigue syndrome, ME, nervous system disorder, whatever you want to call it, because there's so many different names for it. But I had to stop holding on to the old me. Now, this perception I had of myself before, and this character, this person I built up my whole life, to the point where up until I was about 22 years old, I was a go-getter, I was a high achiever, I was quote unquote successful, I was athletic, I was someone who people looked up to for hard work and people looked at as inspiration and as an example. At work, I would be giving advice to people on how to sell personal training packages. I was a top trainer. So there were all these things that I was so attached to that I didn't want to let go of. And that's what made it so hard to just move on and take the next step in my recovery. It was being okay with not being that person anymore, and being okay and understanding, yes, there were a lot of benefits to being that person that I was, but there were also tons of drawbacks. And that's what people don't realize, is that every benefit has a drawback, every drawback has a benefit. So yes, while it was great being that person, that high achiever that people really respected, it also had its downsides. I was someone who did not prioritize my health. I wasn't getting enough sleep. I didn't have that much time for family. I would put work before anything else. And I was just never truly happy inside, because I was doing all these things and trying to be this person for other people. In reality, the biggest drawback was that wasn't my authentic self. So life essentially said, okay, this is not you. You're not really happy doing all this stuff. It doesn't really make sense. Just took me off of that track of life, moved me to something else. But it made me super sick first. And it wasn't until I realized that, okay, if I go back to what I was doing before and go back to the old me, I'm going to end up with the same results, if not worse. So I really need to change my mindset and my approach towards things and be a different person. I don't want to go back to being that person who works 10 to 12 hours a day. I don't want to go back to that person who's always overthinking everything. So moving forward, I was actually able to become more patient and more understanding and a lot calmer and much more appreciative. And I spend a lot more time with family now. I don't feel guilty when I'm not working or not doing things. Every day, I don't have that voice in my head saying, you should be doing this or you need to do this. Now I'm just able to do, I'm just able to enjoy my life and make better decisions that not only just serve other people, but serve myself most importantly. And that's why I'm actually very thankful to have gone on this journey, is because I was able to